Good morning, boys and girls. It's Monday, May 13th. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. For me, I'm getting a little bit tired of the rain, so I don't know how many of you are like that. I would really like to be able to get outside and to do a lot more activities, and this rain has not been very helpful to that. So last week, I introduced you to my zoo or my farm that we have all around my house, all the animals. The chicks went back to their home. And so in the fall, we'll go back and get those eggs. But last week was the first week in May, and I did not introduce our monthly characteristic. This month, it's perseverance. So that's pushing through, continuing to keep your eye on that prize and working to finish something, even though it gets really hard. We know this is a really good characteristic to work on in May because hopefully the weather will turn around here and we'll have some nice days. In K through 2, I'm so sorry I had to keep canceling those park days because of the rain and the thunderstorms. But the weather's going to get nicer. We're going to want to go outside. We're going to want to not sit and do our work. And so that's where perseverance comes in. We know that we have to continue and we have to work. So even when things get tough and we want to do something else, we're going to bring ourselves back to our daily plan. We're going to listen to our learning coaches. We're going to attend those class connects because your teachers have so much information to be sharing with you. There's still a lot of learning to happen over the next month of school. I told you last year, for those of you who are with us, I was working on a project. And if you remember, I think it was last January that I showed you a project that I was working on, and I was painting chairs in my office. And then I think later on I showed you a little bit of an update on it, but I've actually finished the project. I painted, it wasn't my office, I'm sorry, it's my dining room. I painted all the furniture in my dining room, and then I had to put this wax coat over it, and then the stain, so it was a whole big process. And then I also changed the covers of the seats. I put on fabric and I changed that. But this was a project that I thought was going to go pretty quick because I'm used to doing things fast. And this project took me over a year to complete. And so it was hard. It was not an easy task. And I actually could not do the whole thing on my own. I had to ask my daughters to come in and help because it was so much painting that we had to do. So what that means, and why I told you that example, is that perseverance doesn't mean that something's going to happen really quick. Like, okay, I have to focus and I'm going to work for a day. No, perseverance means it's going to keep going over a long time. And so we need to create goals. We need to set our eye on that prize, and then we need to continue to work towards it. So even when things get tough and we're tired and we don't want to keep doing it, we want to go outside and play, a friend calls and we want to go over there, we have to continue to work through that. It was very easy for me to want to give up on this project and just leave half of it painted and the other half not, because I was done. I would get frustrated at times. I would get tired. But instead, I knew that I had a job to do. I needed to finish it. I couldn't just leave half my chairs painted or half a chair painted. This is something that needed to get done. And so I had to continue to work towards it. And when I knew I couldn't do it all on my own, I had to reach out and ask someone else for help. And that's okay. It's okay to reach out and ask your learning coach for help. It's okay to ask your teacher for help. So as we come to the end of the year, I want you to, again, like I said before, look at that daily plan, set a goal, and work towards it every day. So sometimes that might mean you take breaks throughout the day, but you're going to work towards completing that daily plan every day from here to the end of the school year. And then we're going to finish off that curriculum. We'll be ready for a nice summer break, and then you can start the new school year in September. Let me take you really quick. I'm going to switch my camera around. So here's my project. We're not painting the piano, but we have here, we had this furniture, we had all of these chairs, we had to paint this piece over here, And then this really big piece where I keep all of my penguins, which is my favorite animal. And then my Michigan Santas because we love Michigan. So this was my project and it took me a year to do it. So again, boys and girls, it's not always easy to complete something. Sometimes it's going to take time and it's going to take effort. And so that time and effort is not always fun, but it's really important that we do that. Okay, so have a wonderful week. I wish you all the best, and I will talk with you next week. Bye.